What is up? What's going on, everybody? It is your favorite YouTuber, your favorite everything in the world, JR Wisdom. And listen, guys, now returning for the premiere of season 2, episode 1. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. This is another episode of the Cup and Reason Show, and we have a lovely special guest tonight that I'm going to be bringing on here shortly. And guys, you know how we do. Make sure you celebrate. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below where it is that you're tuning in from, age, sex, gender, whatever have you. Who cares but me? No, I'm just joking with y'all. You go ahead and put that information below. I'm pretty sure I want to know where everybody that tunes into my show is checking in from. So, you know the housekeeping rules. If you want to shoot your shot in real time, the call-in button is linked. You'll see it in blue in the chat. So you have the link right there if anybody's interested for sure. And as usual, leave a comment, leave a super chat, whatever. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below or super chat them or call in if you have the questions. So without further ado, and I prefer that you call in. Who cares about a super chat? I prefer that you call in and keep it funky for all you bold gentlemen out there, especially you gentlemen tuned in from the shy. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, let's go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe button. Like I said, let's go ahead and bring my beautiful, lovely guest on, Miss Cassie, aka Cassandra. Yes, ma'am. How are you doing this evening, Cassie?
I'm good. You got it the other way. It's Cassandra, aka Cassie.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I just because I was so used to calling you Cassie, so
Right.
I'll just if it's cool, I'll just call you Cassie. You know what
That's
I'm saying
perfect.
on here, but y'all see her name. Her name is Cassandra O'Neill. You know what I mean? So yeah. So how is everything though? By the way,
Everything is
in the
great.
Windy
Everything is
City.
great. It's not too windy. I mean, it's beautiful outside. It's still hot outside. I just came in and it's been beautiful these last couple of weeks. It was like in the 90s. It even got up to like 100 and something. And, coming from where we were with the cold, it's a welcome change. So I'm loving it.
Mm. You said where you were from in the cold? Oh,
Yeah,
you
we
talking
were.
about previously?
I'm talking
Yeah,
about here.
yeah,
Shoot,
yeah.
it was cold all the way up until I'll say like the middle of May. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That bipolar weather.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's not same thing down here. Same thing down here. I'm in South Carolina, Charleston to be exact, and we got that. Except in the summer, it's not bipolar in the summer. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So for sure.
gotcha. Hmm.
So you're calling in from the shy. I know
Yes,
that's your first time actually tuning into the Cup and Reason show.
right.
So we do things straight to the point here. So you
Okay.
currently live in the shy. Where are you? Where does your origin story start off at?
I'm from New York, baby. New York, New
New
York. I
York.
didn't say New York City. I said
Yeah.
New York, Long Island to be exact. I was born and raised there, and then made a couple of moves after that as I was a kid. Graduated from high school in Orlando, Florida.
Mm.
Moved to Los Angeles in 1991. Stayed there until 2012. Then moved back to New York, and that's when I moved to the city. And
Mm.
then let's see, I was in New York for 6 years, and then I moved here in 2018, and I've been here ever since.
So since 2018, how are you liking it there in Chicago? Is it a completely change of pace?
It
Or
is. It's
yeah,
definitely a change of pace. I like to do what they call roses and thorns. So we'll
okay,
start with roses. I love the architecture here. I love downtown, which is where I live, and the buildings are huge. The architecture of just downtown, it reminds me of what a clean New York would be,
okay,
because it has alleys. And in New York, they put their garbage on the street.
right, right.
But it's really clean out here. Yeah, the let's see, what else do I like? That's about it. No, uh, um, yeah, I'll just say it's different. I'll just say it's different. I don't want to be on here dogging out the shy
Nah, I
because
got
I
you.
haven't been here long enough yet. It's been 4 years, but 2 years we were in a pandemic, so I
Right.
want to give it a chance.
Okay, so you're a New Yorker, even though you said people don't like when you say Long. I mean, not well, I guess that's why you said that because when they were like, "You're Long Island, you're not from New York," you know what I mean. But at the end of the day,
Right.
you have spent time there. You know what I'm saying? So you,
Yes.
at the end of the day, you're a New Yorker
Yeah.
in my estimation. You feel
Yes.
me? So from from New York, Orlando, transplant to Los Angeles, then back there. So
Hmm.
what's what was it like growing up in Long Island for you?
Um, I lived in a part of Long Island which we call Suffolk County,
Hmm.
which is it's way, way, way north. It's a nice town. I don't know if anybody knows about the towns, but um, it's a small town, but everybody knew everyone. My
Hmm.
sisters were older than me. I'm the youngest
Okay.
of six. My parents had three kids and adopted three kids, so
Oh.
we were pretty popular. My father was a pastor. My mother was a musician, and she played a lot in the different churches and stuff, and she had a choir, so everyone knew the O'Neill kids, everyone knew us. And it was cool. It was a fun time. I was either outside playing in school or in church.
Mm.
So, thus,
Very active, huh?
right, thus my occupation in music. So, yeah,
Okay. So you mentioned that I know you kind of hinted at how old are you?
I'm 49.
49. Watch out now. Okay. So 49, what's your sign for those who may be wondering into that type of thing?
Capricorn all day. Capricorn, we loves money.
What's your birthday?
January 17th.
Okay, I'm January 13th. I'm a Capricorn too. Shout out to
Hey, I see. I knew there was a come on.
yeah, already. Shout out to the Caps. Yeah, straight about
Yeah,
your money, about your business. I ain't got
that's
no time
right.
for the foolishness. You with it or you
That's it.
not? What's happening? Yeah.
Come on. That's what it's
Okay.
about.
So you spent your teenage years in Orlando?
I spent, yeah, I guess you could say that between 87 and 91. So we're
Hmm.
talking 14 through 18.
Got you. So your story in dating or your ventures into dating started in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what
I
was
mean,
that?
it was puppy love in high school, so I guess
Yeah.
you're right.
What was that like dating in Los Angeles? Like in the
Um,
early 90s?
I moved so I had a boyfriend when I moved there.
Okay.
So for the first 2 years I was off the market. Then after that, I didn't really concentrate on guys because I was breaking into the music industry.
Okay.
So I was, it was a thing of you gotta, I was starting from scratch. I didn't know anybody.
Hmm.
So my whole thing was, I was in school at the time, was in college, um, and just trying to meet people.
Got you.
So
Network.
I didn't, yeah, network, politicking, just trying to get my feet on the ground within the lay of the land, who's doing what, who's playing for who do I need to know, what club. Well, I couldn't go to clubs because I was under 21.
Yeah.
So I was stuck going to musicals, like church musicals. So
Right.
to get to know all the gospel musicians who were also playing secular. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Got you. So that so it was networking and things like that. So you don't
Mhm.
so in terms of those experiences, you were more about in those I don't even want to say formative years, but definitely formative years in your 20s, you were more so trying to get your feet solidified in that area with networking and things like that. So you mentioned music business. What part of the music business were you in?
I am a musician. I am a keyboardist, pianist, vocalist, composer, arranger,
Hmm.
producer, all those things.
One woman band.
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, all that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh.
Yeah,
We got some
yeah.
people from the Shy tuned in. Shout out to everybody from the Shy. I see in the
What
comments.
up,
Shout
y'all?
out. So all those things. So at that point, dating wasn't really uh your main focus at that point. Moving
No,
there, just
not at
getting about
all.
your business. Yeah.
Right. I was very focused. Now, was I meeting people? Sure. Did I go out on dates? Sure. But
Hmm.
it wasn't like I'm trying to, you know, lock in somebody
Yeah.
because I was really focused. It's one of them things. It's a grind.
Yeah.
It still is a grind. It's a hustle, and you gotta, and it moves in real time.
Mm.
So, and this was before social media.
Right.
So we
Absolutely.
have to think about we have to think about what manual looks like. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? What manually meeting somebody is like, or just organically meeting someone
Organically meeting them. Yeah.
as opposed to, oh, just hit me up on Facebook, or hit my messenger. You know what I'm saying?
For
These
sure.
were cards. You had to get cards, and back then we had the paid pagers. We weren't even coming into cell phones until 90 what 92, 93.
Yeah,
So it was
probably like yeah. Right at that, you just moving into the mid '90s when everybody started getting a cell phone. Yeah.
right, and I had all of them. I had the alphanumeric. I had what's the big jump,
Yeah.
the two way.
Motorola,
Yeah,
brick
I had
cell.
that
Yeah.
too. I
Right.
had that. But that again, that didn't come until later though, because we're talking, early '90s. I think I got my first cell phone in '95, and that was the LA cellular flip jump.
Yeah. No,
So
for sure.
so it was a little different. We were using landline phones back then. We had answering machines back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so it was pretty, you know phone was ringing off the hook, but a lot of the times I didn't partake in the, let's go out a lot. I didn't go out with anybody probably more than twice. It was more about getting to know people and making friends.
Absolutely. Got it. So did you know what type you liked back then? And is that type different than now? The type
Um,
of guy that you're into or looking for.
Emotionally, of course, it was different because you're immature,
Right.
so you don't really know. But
Yeah.
physically, it's still the same. Chippity chocolate, baby.
Okay, what else? So a man who wants to shoot his shot at you, he has to be chocolate. What else as far as aesthetically? How does he need to look? Your preference.
Um, I like clean cut.
Okay.
He can be bald, short haircut, and if he's gonna do the like natural, it's
Mm,
just gotta look cute. You know what I
got
mean? I'm not into. I don't like the dread thing,
hmm
because a lot of men don't wash them and they smell funky.
mm.
Um, but no diss, no
No,
diss,
I,
no
I
offense.
understand. Yeah, go ahead.
um, I like a football player build.
Okay.
You know, nice, bear kind of bear huggy,
Yeah.
but not too big, not too much girth.
So when you say size, what's the as far as height and weight? What's the minimum he needs to be for height and weight?
If he's like 6'4", I'd say is that Jr. You 6'4"?
I'm not. I'm 6 foot with shoes on, depending if shoes or boots. I'm anywhere between 6'1", 6'2". But go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
so about 6'4", maybe 250.
So that's max.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can't be too big. I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm
Six, so
short.
six 6'4", the tall is 250 on
Hmm.
on that end. How about on the low end? What's the I know I said minimum to start off, but what's the minimum he needs to be?
5'10",
Damn. Well, yeah, go ahead. Five
five
ten. Okay.
ten, 5'11". As long as he's taller than me, I'm 5'3".
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean that between 5'3" and 5'10", that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. I mean, it's your preference.
I wear heels.
Okay. And
Yeah,
what you wear? 6 inch heels? What's happening?
I do the stilettos.
Say less.
So I'm like,
Say less. She do the stilettos. Okay. Say less. Geez, sheesh. So you almost 6 foot with the stilettos. I got you. Okay. So how about as far as weight too? So if he's 5'10", 5'11", depends on how you carry it. What's happening?
yeah, it depends on how you carry it, because
Yeah.
it's a clothing thing, just like with women. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can a woman who is a size 13, 14 they be rocking some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even on the plus side,
Yeah.
my BBWs, they be
Shout out
rocking
to
some
the,
stuff.
shout out to the BBWs. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they be rocking it out. It's these, and that's what I love about what's going on with fashion. Especially within the last, I'll say, 5 years, is people are really being conscious about not just making a piece of clothing that's going to fit a certain size,
Yeah.
because you can be 150 pounds, but where is that weight?
Facts.
Where do you hold it?
I don't like
You
a
know?
skinny woman. I mean, I know they say we ain't asking for my preferences, but I don't like a skinny woman. But go ahead though. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's about being able to, your preferences and all of that, but having the freedom to, wear some things. When I was coming up at age 20, 25, I got big girls. They wasn't making stuff for us except for black. Everything I wore was black,
Yeah.
because it was like, well, you're out of proportion. Your boobs are too big.
Mm,
And so nowadays it's, women are paying to get these boobs.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So, it's funny how the world goes round. Keep living, you'll find
Yeah.
out some things.
Yeah. So tall. I was about to say dark and chocolate, but I guess that's the same thing. I guess you can be chocolate and not be
Caramel
dark.
latte,
Yeah.
caramel macchiato on down. I'll say it like that.
Got you. Okay. Is there what's the age range for this brother?
Okay. I'll go as young as 42
Okay.
up to maybe 57.
57. Okay. I can dig that. Yeah. I ain't like it got that. I've heard women in their 20s say 60. So yeah, I can definitely hear what you said, you know what I mean, in terms of that. So she wants a dark chocolate brother with some height on him, all the way up to 57 years old, as low as 42. Okay, so you got your stuff down to, not a science, but basically you know what you want at the end of the day. What else?
Yeah.
What other characteristics should this man have that you're looking for in a man?
Um, have a personality. Um, know who he is. Love God. Love God. That's a very big part of my life. And I'm not saying you got to be, walking around here speaking in tongues and Bible beating. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that at all.
yeah,
Because we're not talking about. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spirituality and relationship. So, just know who your steps are ordered by. Let's just put it that way.
mm,
Um, um, Loves to have fun. I love to laugh.
mm.
My bestie is on here, Kimberly, so she'll tell you that we love to trip out.
You said she's
Um,
on here.
yeah, Kimberly offered. She's on here.
Okay, yeah, I must have missed her. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I love to trip out, love to have fun, love movies, documentaries. Um, I love good debate. I don't
Mm,
argue. Debating is a different breed than arguing. When you got two people that have studied a certain thing, what's going on in our world today with the issues that are happening, everyone has an opinion, everybody has a standpoint, and
yeah,
everyone feels that they're right. So
right.
let's talk about it. Let's see. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe you can enlighten me on something. Maybe I
right.
can enlighten you on something. Because we don't know it all, and you just never know what people pick up on and what revelations they come up
Absolutely.
with what's going on in the world. So yeah, give me a good
I,
debate. That's sexy.
I tell men all the time, and I don't know if you heard me say it. Don't ever argue with that. Well, first of all, definitely don't argue with women.
Right. I
Second of
feel the same.
all, don't argue with anyone. A debate is cool, a conversation is cool, but arguing is just leave it for the courtrooms. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Exactly. No one wins an argument.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, so we're not gonna argue, but we're gonna debate and we're gonna pick each other's brain, and then after that, we'll like I said, that's very stimulating.
Mm.
It's very sexy. So you know, yeah, we gonna have an hour of that, and then we'll see where the night goes after
Where the night goes after that, baby. Yeah. So you named up, okay, man of God, or not a man of God, spiritual, whatever have you.
that. Yeah, the God.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go a holy roly got maybe have a religious love like R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Let me stop. But
Wait,
but
no, no, no.
that's I just threw that out because he had the song "A Religious Love." You know what I'm saying? But
We
yeah,
ain't talking about religion though.
yeah, I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I understand.
I know. I'm
And
messing with you.
religion, the word religion really has. If I mean, we getting into a different
Yeah, I
conversation.
know. I
But yeah,
know. Yeah.
religion doesn't really have the word religion has nothing to do with religion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
it
just
just means
something that you
content
practice.
and yeah,
Exactly.
practice, right?
Exactly. So yeah, you name those things, true crime and all that other stuff. Documentaries. Go
Right.
ahead. What else?
hmm of course, musicals. I love musicals, musical films. Um, what else? I have a ratchet reality TV thing.
Oh,
Um, Love After Lockup. I was a Love and Hip Hop watcher for a second there. Black Ink, especially after moving here. It's
okay,
like,
yeah, right.
yeah, it was like, oh, I see that. Oh, yeah, I was there the other day, So um, that's about it. I don't know what else am I watching these days.
No, I'm just talking about in terms of what you don't got to expound on everything you watching.
Okay.
I'm just saying in terms of the gentleman,
Um,
like what else you looking for in terms of that?
Movies, live music spots, fine dining, um, just hanging out. I'm cool with just taking a walk. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? We can walk and talk. You know what I mean? Look at the view. I live not too far from the lake, so we can go over there. You know what I'm saying? And take it all in and just vibe out.
right. So does he have to make a certain amount of money?
I'll say this: be responsible. You can make $70,000 a year and live a good life.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? If you're responsible, if you look after your money, if there are things that we can do to save what it is that we have. And I'm a living witness of that because I do that. Um, so I'm not going to be like, he got to make $200,000 a year.
yeah,
Okay. You can make $200,000 a year and not have any money.
that's fact.
So I'll just say be responsible. Be responsible. Pay your rent on time. Have good credit. Um, you know, pay your light bill. Yeah, be responsible.
Just be a responsible adult. Yeah, and I'm
hmm
assuming at that age, and I'm not saying that's old because I'm not too far away from that age myself. But I think at a certain age, man, I mean, be a man. I know a lot of women, and I think we talked offline about this. A lot of
hmm
women encounter men that want to be taken care of, or basically need a woman to subsidize his life, for lack of a better term. And I find it disturbing personally. I think we refer to them as Pookies, Ray Rays, so on and so forth. But
Right.
that's definitely something that you're not looking for at this point. Not to say you were ever looking for it, but you're not looking for it at this point in life, and you're not gonna be putting up with that.
I
So,
never dated a Pookie or a Ray Ray.
got you.
They were always around me because I play in church and there's a lot of Pookies and Ray Rays in
Right.
church, but that were dating my friends.
Okay.
So I would be cautious of dating those type of guys just based on what they were going through.
Gotcha.
So you know,
Okay.
yeah.
So what are some deal breakers with a man in your estimation?
Um. Okay. I hope your audience doesn't get mad at me for
No,
this,
you good.
but
Hey, say what's on your mind.
I don't date outside my race. I
Okay.
don't date other races. I love my black men. I love black love. Not to say that someone
Let
like
me let me
yourself.
let me stop you because I don't think anything's wrong with that because I mean, even though it's whether it's politically correct or not, you have a right to say what it is that you want. But you never hear people of other races or ethnicities really say. I'll just say races. Say that they'll tell you what it is that they're looking for. They'll say, "Hey, I'm looking for this type of person." They're not gonna say, "Hey, he could be black, he could be so and so." No, they prefer this or whatever. So I don't think you should feel some type of way about that. So we're asking you what you want, what you're looking for. But go ahead.
Right, but some people, for some reason, they put themselves in you. They put themselves in your business, and they're like, "Well, she in it. What if a white guy came up to you and he was really nice? Okay, he's really nice. Not to say I wouldn't go have a cup of coffee with
Right.
another race. I just don't want to date. I don't want to settle down with another race. Like I said, I
Got
love my black men and black love, and it's a yeah, and maybe it's the light skin thing. I don't know. I've always been attracted to brown skin guys.
Yeah,
Stop it, Jay.
no, we talked about that. You know,
Yeah, I
hey,
know.
I got my own understanding of that. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Again, be responsible. That's definitely a deal breaker for me. There's a lot of trifling men out there.
Mm.
And you don't really know how people are until you get to know them. So, if I see that you're just like all over the place, I can't do it. I can't do it. Not at this age. If I was in my early 30s when I was all over the place too, we could be all over the place together. But, I can't do that now.
Yeah, not at this point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Um,
go ahead.
what I'm trying to think what else. Um, yeah, we talked about the God thing.
You just talking about deal
Uh,
breakers. What is it that you're not going to tolerate?
I'm not gonna tolerate dishonesty.
Hmm.
Tell the truth. Um, I can deal with other types of people, but liars I can't take. I can't take a liar. Be honest about that. Especially again when you're coming into 50 and late 40s, you've lived a little bit, and so
Absolutely.
it's like, come on now. There's nothing that we don't have to be untrue about. You know what I mean? I can't judge anyone. So just be honest, be real. Um, that's pretty much it. I think a lot of it lies underneath that umbrella of being honest and being
Mm.
real. Um, tell the truth from the gate. Don't string me along. Um, um, oh, one other thing is you got to live by yourself. I'm not into, yeah, no roomies.
Yeah,
No
you're not doing
roomies.
that. Yeah, a
Oh,
lot of guys have issue. They, because I've covered this on my channel as well about men with roommates, and a lot of guys. I said I think it's basically it's an age thing.
hmm
If you're like in your early 20s or something like that, or mid to late 20s, I can kind of understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because you may be on the come up, you trying to do your thing, maybe save money, trying to get things accomplished. But when you start getting up in age and you're looking for a serious situation, that's a little different. You may be looked at in a different light. But you said he needs to have it. I mean, have his own place.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have your own place, your own car, you know, yeah, just a decent job, you know what I mean? And that's not, I'm not saying you have to be a musician, you have to be in the arts. No, I'm not saying that at all. One thing that I can say about dating non-musicians, and we talked about this earlier today,
Hmm.
was, I get to be inquisitive and ask and learn and get to know something about something that I don't know.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm a big, researcher. I love learning about different stuff and being able to say, oh yeah, I read about that, so and so and so and so and so. So if you're a bricklayer, show me how to lay a brick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like tedious work. So I'm not picky about what you do as long as it's honest. You know what I'm saying? Be make an honest living,
Right.
and enjoy it. Enjoy what you do. If that's truck driving, people, my brother's a truck driver and he loves his truck. His truck
Mhm.
is just about his wife. So,
Most
you
of
know,
them, most truck drivers are like that. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, they love their truck. Um, so it's just like me and my keyboards back here. My keyboards are my children. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, yeah. So he doesn't have to be what I am in the arts or anything like that. I'm also a college professor. So yeah, I have a broad range. So
Mm.
just be broad. Be into stuff. Wine tasting, you
Yeah.
know, art, um, you know, African art, European art, anything, any collectible, anything like that, like
Culture. Yeah.
culture. Yeah,
Yeah.
good word, good word.
So real quick though, I know people. I mean, I know you said there was something with your Wi-Fi earlier, right? You were saying because I
Mm,
know people were asking because it's coming in kind of choppy on this end. I
me?
didn't know. Yeah, yeah, it's coming in like really pixelated and choppy, like the
Mm,
signal. We can hear you. We can hear you perfectly. You know what I'm saying? We can
it's
hear you perfectly.
probably this janky T-Mobile internet I got.
Yeah, is it I'm just asking because I know you mentioned it earlier. You said you had to reset your
Mhm.
Wi But for those of you who are wondering, because I know a lot of people in the comments were saying something about the Wi-Fi or whatever. And it's probably
Oh,
because
I'm sorry. Yeah, on my end it looks fine. Like you look fine.
yeah, it's gonna
So,
show. It's gonna look like that from your end, but when you're
mhm.
broadcasting, if the signal is weak or whatever, it's gonna be kind of pixelated and choppy.
I'm
So
so
that's why
sorry.
no worries. I mean, we can hear you, y'all. You guys see her pictures on the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like I said, the call lines are open. If you want to call in, you have questions. If you have oh yeah, if you're asking questions that I've already answered, feel free to super chat those because when you're asking her age and all this other stuff, you can super chat that or you can call in and ask that, man. But anyway, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Now it's clear. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, Cassie, but it's clear now. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
good.
Yeah, your picture is clear now. I don't know, something just happened or whatever.
Oh,
We can definitely see you
good.
a lot clearer now. That's cool.
Good.
I'm glad we talked about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You put
So
it out there now.
you mentioned your deal breakers, right?
Mhm.
So what is it that this lucky gentleman can expect from you?
Um, expect a genuine woman. Um, um, I'm I'm like my hair, many colors.
Say less.
Um, yeah, many colors. Um, you're gonna get a passionate woman. Music is my passion, and I'm very good at it.
Hmm.
Um, I'm creative, and so us creatives, we love hard.
Yes.
So you're gonna get a loyal, ride or die woman. Again, who is far from perfect. However, I love the skin that I'm in. I love who I am. Um, all the curves and edges and flaws and you know blackheads, zits, whatever you want to call them. Whatever I got, all of that. Um, um, I can be. I have to watch myself because sometimes I can be a little intense.
Okay. What does
Intense.
that what does that mean?
That means if we're like the whole debate thing, I
Mhm.
really, really, really get into it.
Okay.
It's yeah, I love information. So sometimes I can, I have to be able to, I have to watch myself and be like, okay, back it up a little bit. I don't want to overwhelm him in the beginning. Um, but you're gonna find a spiritual woman. Again, God is the source of my strength and the strength of my life. So
I shall not want. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
Um, um, very family oriented. I love being around my family. We all live in different cities. The majority of my family is in New York, though.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I have family in South Carolina, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Everyone's mostly on the East Coast. So when I was living on the West Coast, and even now living here in Chicago, um, I I don't see my family as much as I would like to. But as I get older, I make attempts to go see my family.
Okay.
Family trumps everything for me. Um, um, like I said, fun. I love to laugh. Love to laugh. Love to trip out. Um, I'm a very light drinker.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, don't smoke weed. Don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I love sweets. Got my favorite candy right here, Boston baked beans.
Go ahead now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, take me or leave me, like Mary J. Blige said, you know, take me as I am.
I know that's right. So
Yeah.
what is so are you like how because this submissive word is throw it around a lot and things like that. What's your thoughts on submission and a woman being submissive to her husband, and vice versa, even though guys don't like to talk about that? What's your thoughts on that?
I think you have to submit to one another. Um, the Bible says that the man is the head of the household. That's the way God intended it.
Hmm.
And I think a woman should be submissive to her husband, but that doesn't mean submissive doesn't mean kiss your tail. That's the thing I think that people get mixed up is
Okay.
I ain't kissing nobody. You know, it for me, submission basically means that, you know, our communication has to be open. I have to listen to my husband or listen to my man. My man has to listen to me. We have to listen to each other. That's why I say it's a street that goes both ways. Um, I want my man to be able to, um, if I get off, from doing a show, and I'm still hyped up, my man, we come back here, come back to the house, and my man, he hugs me and he says, "You know what, baby, you look so good up there. I'm so man, it was great. It was a great show. Let me rub your feet. Let me, you know what I'm saying?" And I can do those same things for him
Right.
is being able to bring each other back to reality, back to each other.
Yeah.
Being able to do those things and know each other enough to know what that means, because they're
Mm.
every man's different. For some men it's conversation, for some men it's a back rub, for some men it's it could be a bunch of different things, as simple as those things and as complex as some other stuff. So you just have to get to know that person and
Mm.
want to please them in that way. Um, and it's just and that's me. I get pleasure off of seeing my partner get pleasure. And I'm not talking about us. Damn,
Continue. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying
Go ahead.
my love language is acts of kindness. I love to see my man happy. Um, and I'm like, when you happy, baby, I'm happy.
Mm.
You know,
As it should
um,
be. Yeah.
as it should be, as it
Yeah.
should be. So yeah.
Okay. So that's your thoughts on submission. So what about intimacy? What's your thoughts on intimacy?
Intimacy starts here.
Absolutely.
Um,
Especially with the woman. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
it starts in the mind. If you can, and I know people have said that if you can make love to my mind, you can. It's
Or
it's not
women. Women. I
right.
don't think you can make love to a man's mind. But you could talk some shit to get. But anyway, yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you can, for me, I'm because I am a musician, I'm very keyed up on sound. So
Mm.
if you can talk to me a certain way, that's
Mm.
where it starts for me.
What do
You
you
know.
mean by that? What do you mean when you say, for the fellas that's listening? And I know this is a teaching moment. You're a teacher.
Hmm.
You're a professor, but you're a teacher. Saying, I'm using it interchangeably. What do you mean by that?
So
Talk to me.
JR, I like your voice.
Hmm.
You have a very nice tone to your
Thank you.
voice.
Thank you.
It's very masculine. It's deep and it's clear. And the way you talk, you know how to carry on a conversation.
Thank you.
So for me, it would just be um, if someone that has like I normally date men with deep voices like that because
Okay.
it just gets me. And so all he has to do is just say, come here. He ain't got to say nothing else.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
He ain't got to say nothing else. And and just whisper little things in my ear. You ain't got to touch me. Just talk to me.
Mm.
Just
Mm.
talk to me and whisper sweet nothings in my ear and tell me, you know, how much you love me
Mm.
and what I do for you and
Right.
all of those things. And then everything else will follow from there.
Fellas,
Um,
are you listening? Are you listening right now? Are you listening? Anyway, continue.
It'll follow from there. It goes from there. How you start definitely determines on how you finish. So
Mm.
uh, I don't know how graphic we can get on here,
No,
but
no. I mean, you can say whatever. I'm just getting your thoughts on your. These are your thoughts on intimacy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm a hugger.
There's no filter on here. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
a
Go ahead.
hugger. I love to hug. Um, we can hug for a while.
Mm.
It ain't all about the smashing thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's easy. That's the
That
easy
easy like Sunday morning and shoplifting.
part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the easy part. The harder part is being able to do things, and while you're doing them, whether we're just talking, whether you're massaging my feet,
Mm.
paying attention to what's triggering me and
Yeah.
what, you know, that little, you squeeze my heel and it's like, ooh, oh, she
Mm.
like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a definitely an ambidextrous thing when you're with someone, using your ears and your eyes and your mind to process what's going on and remembering those things.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, intimacy is a must. I can take intimacy over sex any day because there are things that you can do sexually that will give you stimulation that don't even involve a man. So
Say that again.
I said there are things, in other words, like sex toys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are things that I can do to get to get sexually stimulated that don't even have to do with my significant other.
I'm
So
glad you said that. That's why I asked you that. I'm glad you said that because that's completely different. Anybody can whack off, anybody
right,
can do that, but intimacy is something that you can't pay for, you can't get. I mean, you can pay for it, temporarily, but you got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You can
right,
Anybody can do that to themselves, but intimacy, like you said, is completely different. Regardless of how many. I think women. That's the thing for women, but regardless of how much a man claims he's so hard or he's this, that, and the third, men want intimacy as well. They might not know how to express it. You know what I mean? But men definitely want intimacy. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I
yeah.
just wanted to.
Um, Yeah, but that's that. But a lot of people get that intertwined, and I'm one of those that I'm able to separate those things,
Mm,
because for women, the way we are in our bodies, it's kind of like sometimes I don't want to do that,
yeah.
but then I still have to tend to my man. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? So I have to know what else I can do, and think. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to get too graphic here,
Now you
but
gotta put the homie to sleep.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
And
Hey.
that could be, but here's the thing though. Every man is different. Every man is different. Some men just like for you to caress their chest and they out. So it's just about knowing your man. So
But he has to be able to achieve, correct?
yes,
Okay, I'm just making sure. All right.
yes,
Some
yes.
women I've had women either on the show or comment in the comment section and say that they would actually prefer a man that's not able to, but is able to provide that other intimacy. You know what I mean? So that's why I just
Mhm.
want to make sure for
Yeah,
the listening ears out there. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I was reading some of the comments. I wish people would come on here and ask some questions.
There,
Cause
it's a lot of people who talk on here,
yeah,
but
uh-huh.
they'll ask they've asked a few questions, which is part of the questions that I'm going to ask you. But
Okay.
it's kind of like in a roundabout way what they'll say in the
Right.
comment section instead of asking like direct questions. Some of the questions are just, foolish. Like I'm reading, one of the famous, and I'm not gonna say his name, he says, would she be okay with a man exercising options? What is it? So before we get in, I don't even want to address that. Don't address that.
Okay.
You are What's the end goal for at this point in your life, obviously? What is the end goal for you getting into a situation with a man? What is the end goal?
I would like to get married. I would like to be married.
So within this marriage, would you be okay? And I'm gonna answer his for free. He didn't super chat it,
Mhm.
but we're gonna go ahead and answer your question. She's gonna go ahead and answer your question. Would you be okay with your husband exercising his options? What he means
Absolutely.
is he
Go ahead.
okay with dealing with other women when you're married? Go ahead.
Absolutely not.
There you go. There's your answer.
Absolutely not.
Mm,
Um, One thing about being a musician, I was telling you earlier, I'm around men a lot.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm usually the only woman, right? And so I get to see things. I get I'm like a fly on the wall because first of all, what they do is their business. But
Correct.
when you're on the tour bus and you're overhearing conversations and you're like, you're sitting around in the airport, for hours on end because one of our flights got delayed, you get to see things and hear things. And there's a lot of things that I will take to my grave with me.
Yes.
But one thing I will say is that sometimes everything that looks cute it's not always what it is. When people want to talk about bringing people into a situation, into a marriage, I've seen it to where more often than not that ends very wrong.
Mm,
It ends not right. These people that were doing all of this in their marriages and wasn't too mad about people knowing what was going on, in
mm.
2 years they're divorced.
I
So
see.
I just choose not to do it.
Yeah.
you know and not to say that for every woman that won't, there's a woman that will. I'm just one
Absolutely.
of those that won't.
You just one of those. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, this is about your preference. So
Right.
if they're looking to gain your time or spend time with you, you're letting them know up front what it is that you desire. So I mean,
Right.
that answers your question though. You know what I'm saying? For the gentleman who was asking.
Yeah.
So
No.
yeah, you're not on that type of time at this point. Gotcha.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. And I feel like as time rolls on, because we weren't talking poly,
Right.
10
Yeah.
years ago. We wasn't talking poly unless we talking polyrhythms or poly. In the keyboard world, we have a thing called poly or mono. Poly means I can play more than one note. Mono means I can only play one. So unless we were talking about that kind of poly, we wasn't talking about that. So to be talking about that now, I feel like as the years go by, I think humans, we get bored and it's like, oh, well, let's try this. Let's try
Mm,
that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, in 2000, 2002, we wasn't talking about it poly, you know. And if you were looked down at.
mm.
Nowadays, it seems to be the new thing to do.
The new
I
thing.
got students, yeah, I got students at the school doing it, and they talk about it a lot. And I'm just like, can't be me.
Okay, so what's your thoughts? Is it okay if a man has kids? What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, everyone has had a life before me, you know. So I don't mind children. Just manage your situation. Be responsible. Um, I don't like the multiple baby mama thing or children's mother. I'm sorry. Let me be right. Let
Right,
me
right,
be
right.
politically correct on that. Children's mother, um, that can be really stressful for a woman like myself who has no children. One I can deal with.
Yeah,
Two of them, that's hard. I've done it, and it's not the easiest thing.
not easy. Okay. So are you looking to have kids?
I'll say it like this: anything's possible.
Anything?
We have so many different ways of 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 achieving childbirth and achieving pregnancy that um, it could happen.
Yeah.
My only issue at this age would be, if say I had a baby next year and I turned 50 in 23.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not going to be able to be fabulous with my 20-year-old because I'll be 70.
Oh man, hey,
You know,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
plan on being a dope 70-year-old.
mm,
So, that's my only thing is I feel like the older you get, the less chances you have to be there long, for long term for your children.
right,
Um, my mother had me when she was 34,
okay,
and she passed when I was 36.
mm,
So, when I was 36, yeah, she
gotcha,
passed. She
yeah.
was 70. And so, yeah, it's
But
I don't
it's
want
not out of
to
the question for any man who's you know interested in you. It's definitely not out of the question. Is what you're saying.
yeah, I'll never say never. Never say never.
Got you. So, fellas, y'all heard what she said. It's definitely not out of the question. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, shout out to DJ Great Dane. I appreciate the super sticker there. Also, let's take some time here to hit that like button. We have the beautiful Cassie, multi-talented Cassie calling in from the shy. Y'all know what it is. We should have at least 100 likes right now. Y'all know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? This is grown woman BI right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we are y'all keep asking questions. You tuning in late. Go ahead if you want to answer these questions. If they're not being responded to, super chat the questions because we're not about to repeat it. Or you can go back and rewind the video and watch it because you're asking the same questions over and over. You know what I mean? So, so we got that out the way. So with these gentlemen, it's not out of the question for you guys who are like, well, da 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 blah blah blah. It's a question with her. Okay, this she said that hey, it's not out of the question. You know what I mean? She's looking for a serious relationship, marriage. Let's not play any games. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be that. So what is it with what you have come across in life so far with your dating history? What has been the biggest issue you find with dating with the men that you dated? Yeah.
Honesty,
Honesty.
honesty, and just really laying it out there. And I'm not saying within, the first couple of dates, because you want to, everything is a process. So every time we go out, I should be able to learn something more about you
Mm,
and you learn something more about me. Um, but if we're like 6 months to 8 months in and I'm just finding out that you don't want kids,
mm,
like that's not cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. Or I'm finding out that, you want, what your aspirations are. Like, I've always wanted to, you know, travel around the world, for a summer, or something like that. That's something that I should know. You know what I mean? Like just be honest and be real. There's too many people in the world for us to be trying to be imposters.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure.
So, just be honest about whatever, from what you want out of life to what you do. Oh, here's the other thing. Tell me what you don't like.
Right.
You know, we can go off of what we like all day, but what you don't like is just as important. Um, a particular musician told me the moments you play, the moments you don't play are, when you're up on stage, the moments you don't play are just as important as the moments that you do.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm laying out of the song for 8 bars, that's important because I don't have to play there. Somebody else is doing their thing for 8 bars.
right.
So, tell me what's real, what's good, from the jump. Like, yeah. And everything that I put on me or that I put on my partner, I put on myself too. Like that's just straight up. I would never ask any man to do something that I as a woman won't do for him, you know?
Understood.
Yeah.
I see some of y'all saying you shoot your shot. Go ahead and call in unless you're scared. You talking all this in the chat. The
Don't be
link
scared.
is pinned. Listen, guys, the link is pinned in the chat, and we'll get to it later on. If you're just scared and you'd rather do it more discreetly, Cassie's gonna give her information on how to contact her here at the end. But if you're right now, if you're bold enough, you know what I'm saying, women love confidence. You feel me?
Yes.
Go ahead and hit that link and call in. But either way, that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna put you on the spot if you're scared. You know what I'm saying? I completely
Yeah.
understand, you know.
Don't be
But
scared.
yeah, yeah. So for the people who don't, I don't think we covered this yet though, Cassie. So
Mm.
for the guys who want to know what are your height and measurements and things like that.
I am 5'3", and I'll say 157 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
5'3", 157 pounds. What do you want? Measurements?
Yeah, your measurements.
Um, my bra size is 36 double D. I really don't know what my waist is. Let's put it this way: I can tell you my size. I'm size 8, 8'10".
She's an
Um,
8, fellas. She's an 8. Go ahead.
yeah,
Continue.
I
Yeah.
can get in some sixes
Say
depending on what
less.
it is. Like I
Say
said,
less.
the girls get in the way sometimes. Um,
And you said you
my,
had a reduction, right?
I did,
Hey, and she's
I
still a.
did,
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and they still perky.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
After it's been almost ooh 16 years, and they still sit up.
Say
They still
less.
do.
Yeah.
Um, my shoe size is a size seven and a
Hey,
half.
we ain't talking about shoes now. They don't care about your shoes.
Oh, well,
We
I'm
talking
just
about the
saying.
hips. Yeah, the
Okay,
hips.
the hips. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll put it this way. I like to refer to myself as a nice fun size.
Mm.
I'm small enough to be small because I'm short, but I got yeah. I'll keep you warm.
Hey, say less. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming based off what she said, the hips is probably all like by the 40.
Yeah,
Or is it, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We ain't done nothing to them, so
Hey.
but it's there, it's there. Like I said, I'm soft enough to be, yeah.
Hey, oh, we need to get the cornballs out of the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you're not interested, go ahead and beat it. You know what I mean?
What did he
According to
say?
shout out, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. According to Kevin Samuels, chart, you can't be so man. Get your ass up out of here. Y'all are weird. These are weirdos, weirdos, weirdos. Anyway, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Completely understand. According to that, at 5'3", you must weigh
Was
95
it
pounds.
overweight? Yeah, I'm looking at that. Oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
these and that's I know we talked about this, but there are weirdos like this who will like they got the Vaseline out right now, currently watching, and they're stroking, and it's just like soon as they hear something that's outside of the Kevin Samuels, and like I said, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. But Kevin Samuels never spoke for me, never will. He a man can't tell me what to find what I should find attractive in a woman. I'm
That's my
sorry,
keto weight.
and
I'm 172
I
pounds.
feel a lot of times that stuff doesn't apply to black women anyway. But
Right.
you know, if you want a woman that's 5'3" and 90 pounds, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Eh, go ahead and get your lotion and whack off then. You know what I'm saying? He said go ahead and show realistically. Oh, this is a woman asking you to stand up. Y'all asking for a little bit too much. Are you going you know, they're asking for I know you stood they're asking for you to stand up and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I can stand
She
up,
has
but
no problem. Y'all don't see the thumbnail? Like I know it's kind of
I got
choppy
on a
right now.
big shirt though.
Yeah,
So
you got on the shirt. I know it's kind of
yeah,
choppy.
so I can't, I'm gonna show a little bit of leg though. Got a
The
little bit of
legs,
leg.
you see this woman's legs. She doesn't have so there is not cellulite and all this other stuff. You guys are crazy, man. Relax. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah. I mean, that's what y'all. That's yeah. Bro said 90 pounds because that's what y'all want. According to Kevin Samuels' BMI chart, Kevin Samuels' BMI chart says you should weigh 90 pounds. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
90 pounds.
Yeah,
Who? Oh,
these guys are. It's like you have to tell. I've never been, and like I said, shout out to Kevin. I don't understand how another man can tell me what I should like. If you're that impressionable, then you're not a man. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on. So you
Wait a
just
minute.
told,
Somebody asked me to twerk. I don't know how. I
yeah,
am the most stiffest keyboard player, since I'm usually sitting, it's all, kind of from the waist up. I do that. Like that's yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty much how you
yeah.
go. Now I can move now if we go to like a club or
You
something,
can
but
dance,
you ain't
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah,
I'm not a you ain't gonna find me, doing all the
yeah.
yeah, whatever that thing is.
It's
Yeah.
just a bunch. Like I said, it's like I told you before we even got on here. You're gonna encounter people saying some crazy stuff that, like I said, have never been with a woman in their life, and they just throw shit out there because it sounds like it's an echo chamber repeating stuff that they've heard and haven't even talked to a woman personally. But anyway, moving on. She told you her height and weight and her and some of her measurements, so you get an idea. You guys see the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. She's in the shy. You know what I'm saying? So throughout your time on this earth, what are some of the craziest lines you've heard from men?
I've heard men get in my DMs, and because I used to post a lot of
Yeah.
me playing. Um, I've taken a break from it because I just got over, when I was out on the road, I had to do it because that's how
Yeah.
people would come to shows and stuff. But now that I'm doing more teaching, I'll post every now and again. But guys would come in my DMs talking about, I want lessons, and they really want a date.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, can we produce a song together? I'm like, no, no, that's not, because first of all, that's money. Okay, so
Yeah.
you talking wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a keyboard player say to me, um, "Can I?" What did he say? Can I? Can I play for you from behind? I was like,
Hey,
what?
hey, from behind. Sheesh.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me. Can I tickle
Hey.
your ivories? I'm like, okay, well,
Your ivories?
yeah, because the piano is
Oh,
made of
got you, got you, got
ivory.
you.
Yeah,
Got you,
can I
got you.
tickle your ivories? I'm like, okay,
How
all
clever.
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly, exactly. That's about the it's the lines. I don't think I've ever had like a crazy dating situation, but
Mm,
it's the lines. It's
okay.
um, the
So
different
no
lines.
no crazy dating situations.
No, no, no.
Okay. So have you ever been in love?
Yes,
How many
yes,
times?
twice,
Twice?
twice.
Is it overrated?
No, no. I can think back and remember what it was like, and when you first discover that you love someone, it's like the whole world is sunny, and
Yeah.
for a minute, just not like forever, but just like for the first couple of weeks, it's like, oh, I love him. I
Butterflies.
really, yeah, I can't get him out of my head. His cologne. I won't wash my pillowcase because I can smell his cologne still. Those type of things,
Yeah.
and then you're back down to reality, and it becomes a part of you know your life. You want to do things because you're in love with this person.
Mm,
You want to make life easier because you're in love, and
absolutely.
and it was like that for him too. So I'd like to think,
Mm,
um, you're treated with kid gloves when you're in love.
right. Yeah.
And so yeah, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I won't say it's overrated. I just think now, as an older woman, um, I know how to balance it. I'm not going to be walking around too much in the cloud, you know,
You're right. Yeah.
because I got too much to do.
Do you
So,
think you could ever fall in love again?
oh yes, yes.
So what's your thoughts on love? Like in terms of what is it to you? Like if you could describe it, what is it?
Okay. The man that I'm in love with is going to be the man that I can't be without.
Mm.
Going to be my best friend. And as a woman that lives by herself and that has lived by herself since I was a teenager, I love my space. So whoever it is that I'm in love with, I will share my space with him. I wouldn't mind sharing my space with him because I love my space. So if you're in here and in here, yeah, I don't mind you, yeah, sticking around
Mm.
for a couple of days and hanging out and you know going on vacations and all of that. I don't mind that. I
Right.
don't mind because I do that stuff by myself.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Being as traveled as I am, I've traveled alone. Being on tour and going to exotic places like Abu Dhabi and you have the band members, but for the most part, I would venture out by myself and go explore by myself and be just as happy.
Mm.
So whoever it is that I find, he's going to be the one that truly gets me. I get him, and I can't be without you.
Go
I,
ahead.
I just love me some you, and you're just all up in the dome and all in the cranium. I want to write songs about you
Oh,
and just yeah, yeah.
very
It's a good.
interesting. Very interesting take. I can definitely, understand where you coming from with that. So, what's your thoughts on like it may be different, but is body count an issue? What's your thoughts on that when people talk about body count and things like that?
Um, Again, we had lives before each other,
Mm.
so and body count to me, I think is relative to the person.
Mm.
Um, I'm like, if your my thing is if your bodies are still lurking, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't care how many bodies you had before me because it's just a number. We can't go back. We can't change it, and that's on both sides. You know what I mean? But if you got bodies that are still alive and that are still around, then we have a problem.
Mm.
We have a problem. But so if a man tells me, if we get to that point in our relationship and we're talking about, how many people we've slept with prior to, and if a man tells me, well, I've slept with over 50 women, you got to think about how old that person is.
Correct.
You got to think about how long they've been screwing.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually not too bad when you think of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not tripping. But if you're gonna tell me you had sex with, you know, 300 women, then I would have to, yeah, I don't know. I would have to investigate that.
Yeah.
You
Launch
know,
an investigation.
yeah, that's yeah.
So
But you
Toya,
know,
I mean, no, I'm about to say Toya because I'm reading the thing here. So Cassie, sorry, Cassie, I was reading the comments for Toya. Shout out to Toya, my moderator. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
Toya.
Uh, Cassie, what would be your for the men that are listening right now? What would be your
Mhm.
ideal first date?
Ideal first date would be a nice restaurant. Um, Chicago has a lot of cool places to eat. Um, you know, nice restaurant. We can eat and grab a cocktail and talk and get to know each other.
Mm.
Or if we want to do a meet and greet like at some place more casual like a Starbucks, that's fine too. I go to Starbucks practically every other day, so
Wow.
um,
Right.
that's cool. Something sit outside, you know, and chat and get to know each other. That's fine.
What's your thoughts on who's paying on the date, on the first date?
Um, I believe that if you ask me out, you should pay for the date. Now, if you have a problem with that, I have no problem flipping out my card and paying for my own way. Paying for my own food. I do that every day. So I have no problem with that. But first impressions mean a lot.
Absolutely.
So if I'm like, wait a minute now, a dating situation is a wonderful opportunity to get to know somebody. And if you ask someone out, I'm assuming that you're gonna foot the bill for this.
Right.
Now, once we start dating, You know what I'm saying? I can get it. You know, we I don't you don't always have to pay for my food, or the popcorn or whatever. I can do that. Not an issue.
I would just ask. I had that on my list of questions, but I've seen a lot of the broke dudes in the comments. I'm gonna say broke dudes. You know what I mean? You can take it personal or not. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. But I'm along the same. I think most people have that same mentality. Is if you ask me, you should be paying. Same way if a woman asks me, I think she should be paying. How you gonna ask me and expect me to pay? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But
Wait, hold
this
up. Somebody said, look in the comments, Jr. Somebody said she not learn how to talk. She not respecting him if he don't pay. Who said anything about respect?
yeah, these are dudes that beat their dick at night. So you don't I'm just being honest when the guys. So it's the same, and you have to realize that's why I say the comments are weird, because these are the same guys that expect women that if she doesn't pay half the bills in the house, she doesn't respect him. But you're the king of the castle,
Right.
but she has to go half on the bills. You sound like a fool. Anyway, once again, I don't know why a lot of these gentlemen are in here. They just happen to pop up. Hey, moderators, if you could block this naked HD, um, if you don't mind, moderators, Toya, if you could block that uh bot. I guess that's a bot in the chat. Go ahead and block that, please. Yeah, but you got guys like that who try to come across with these points, and like I said, it's kind of weird. And these are bunless guys, so I completely understand. So yeah, we got. I mean, we learned a lot about you. Is there anything that we're missing, Cassie? That
Someone asked a question about, and I don't know if they were trying to be smart, but have I ever asked anyone out and paid? I asked someone out, but I didn't pay.
right,
Um, and here's the thing: if I'm on a date and the check comes and he doesn't take it, or he says something like, "What do you want to do?" Then I immediately pay for my joint.
yeah,
That's it, because I'm not gonna go
that is
toe to
weird.
toe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, because I've even, just as an itchy trigger finger, when I'm on a day, I'll grab the check because I'm just so used to doing it for myself, and they took it right out of my hand. They're like,
correct,
you know
correct,
what I'm saying? But if you ask you after they render the check and you're asking me, well, what you want to do? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay for my food, and then I probably won't talk to you again.
correct, correct. Yeah, it's a weird, and I hear a lot of guys saying stuff like that, and um, I think for a lot of women it's a turn off. Women have said that it's a turn off, and it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to say equal rights, well, you're gonna have an equal right stroking your meat that night. Equal right. So it is what it is. But what is
Right.
it that you would like people to know about you, Cassie, that we haven't covered?
Um, I'd like people to know that I am, first and foremost, on here on these platforms. You're gonna see Cassandra O'Neill, the musician, first,
Mm-hmm.
but just know that there's a woman, a passionate woman, um, a a spiritual woman, a I don't want to say virtuous, because ain't nobody perfect up in here. I have a vice, um, and we all do. But you're gonna find a genuine woman,
Mm-hmm.
very genuine and very strong, um, and have been through some things. But I'm also very blessed. And when I say that, I'm not talking about just tangibly, but
Right.
just the fact that I've been able to do what it is that being able to bless the world with music, is a blessing, and I take that very seriously. People still DM me and comment on my content, saying thank you for helping me learn how to play. Those are things, that help you sleep good at night.
Right.
It's not just about the money. It's about, being an inspiration and being able to say that, young cats coming up underneath me that watched me as a teenager, and now they're taking over the world like I did in my early 20s. And they'll meet me and be like, "Oh, Miss Cassandra, I've watched you over the years. I saw you playing for so and so and so and so." So yeah, God's been good to me, and
Mm,
I'm very grateful, and very at this point in my life, it's about being happy and having fun. I don't do certain gigs unless I know I'm going to have fun.
mm,
Unless
indeed.
yeah, I'm always asking people, if they hire me, for something. It's like, who else is playing? And they'll be like, oh, so and so and so, and I'll be like, mm-hmm. If I, just based on experience, if I feel like it's going to be stressful, then I won't do it. I
Mm,
won't do it. These days it's about keeping the stress level down, keeping the fun level up, enjoying life, and just doing the thing, going with the flow, vibing out.
indeed. So any man who's looking to get to know you with
Mhm.
intention, how would he contact you? How would he learn about you or contact you, reach out to you?
You can look me up on Facebook, Cassandra O'Neill, the way that he spelled it in the in
Right here
the
on your thing here.
other thing.
Yeah.
Um, my picture is actually a pencil sketch
Okay.
of the side of my face. One of my students did that for me in a class when they were supposed to be listening, but she drew this wonderful side profile of me, and and that's my profile picture. And I have all of my posts are public, so you can scroll and look and see what I like to post about. There are viral videos on there. There are um, you know trivia questions on there.
Yeah.
What do you like, Bubblicious or Bubble Yum?
All right.
Stupid stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Pepsi or Coke. I like to interact with my Facebook followers and friends. I'm also on Instagram. My Instagram is Cassie Cutie Keys. That's spelled Cassy, the letter Q, capital Q, um, capital T, and then lowercase Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put that in the description for you guys who watching the restream. What she said, that way you can reach out with intention. If you don't have intention, don't even waste your time. You know what I'm saying? You heard what this young lady said. Don't even waste your time if you're just trying to play around and things
Right.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we none of us have time to waste.
That's true.
So Facebook, IG, where else can they follow if they want to hear your music and things like that?
I'm also on YouTube. I have a channel. Just look up Cassandra O'Neill. No, I think it's actually. Let me see. I changed it.
And this will
it
be in the restream. I'll put it in the description as well. But go ahead, Cassie.
I think it's Cassandra O'Neill Music. Hold on. Uh,
If you can find it too, that'll be dope. And that way you can pin it in the chat for those watching the restream. You want to put in
would it
Cassandra?
help if I put in a comment?
Yeah, if you want to put it in the comment, that'll be dope too.
Okay, I
I
can do that.
that way you guys can check out Cassie's YouTube channel as well. Are you on like any other streaming platforms as far as music, or is it just YouTube?
No, that's it. I mean, I've written songs for Macy Gray and Babyface. I've done those, but
Oh
I don't
shit.
have anything out on myself as of now. That's something that I've been working on. Truly embracing the artist in me and really going forth with it.
Mhm.
I've been the brainchild behind many singers, and I feel like it's time for me to be the brainchild behind myself.
Indeed.
So, yeah. So that's something that's going to be coming up soon.
Dope, dope. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody can agree. We love your energy, Cassie. Dope
Thank
person.
you.
You know what I'm saying? You've led as I said before, offline, and I'm telling you now, you've led a colorful life. You know what I'm saying? You straight to the point. She's a cap, y'all.
Yeah.
Like myself, she's a cap. You know, straight about her business. Loves hard. You know what I'm saying? Let's not play any games. You know what I'm saying? Straight, no chaser. and
Yeah.
that's that. So y'all got the information. If you're watching the restream, it'll be in the description where you can reach out and contact her. Don't come with no funny business because you already know what it is. You know the vibes. Watch the whole video if you're still confused. Hit rewind, go back, and you'll see what's up. So with that being said,
I have a
anything?
question for you.
Sure.
What is the theme music on your post that you put up?
You talking about the end at the end?
The beginning and the end. I love both of them.
I don't think I
That
have a.
beginning is dope. Yes, you do. It's like some ding 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 ding
Okay,
ding ding.
so shout out to the woke therapist. So the woke therapist, she created that. She's a YouTuber. If you guys are into um tarot and stuff like that, if you guys are into tarot and horoscopes and stuff like that, and things like that, she does that. So you guys can check out her channel. She created that for me. I'm not sure what I haven't used it in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm not sure what she used for that. It
Okay.
sounds like somebody brought it up today, but it does sound like that. Walter White. What show was that? Walter White with the Breaking Bad. It sounds like the Breaking
Yeah,
Bad
it does sound like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's very Indian.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah, with
she created that based upon I was growing my hair out. I recently cut my hair about a month ago, almost a month ago. But
mhm.
that's that. But the song at the end is Tory Lanez, which he did a cover of there's a Jamaican artist called Coffee. I don't know
Okay.
if y'all heard of her, but she has a song called Blessing. I think it's Blessings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Tory Lanez, which I know a lot of you ladies may not like Tory Lanez currently, but we'll see how this trial goes. Toast. Yeah, that's it. Toast. There we go. Toast. I'm sorry, I said blessings.
Okay.
Toast. If you look up Toast um on YouTube, Toast by Tory Lanez or Toast by Coffee. Coffee's the original song, but
Okay.
he does a remix with her called Toast,
Oh,
which is at the end.
okay.
So for everybody who wanting to know, that's the song.
Cool.
Toast. So yeah, those. But yeah, I didn't know. I didn't expect you to ask that question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's dope. Like, yeah, every time I hear it, that ding 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 ding, I'm like, that is hot.
Yeah, I might start using it again. I just figured I'd go back to my original one, but I'll probably start using it again. That whole thing.
Okay.
Shout out to the woke,
Well,
shout out to the woke therapist for creating that for me because that was the vision that she had for the channel. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably start using that again for sure.
and
Yeah.
if you ever want to change it up, you can call me.
Oh, definitely. Hey, just stick around. I'm gonna when we close this out, I'm definitely gonna rap with you real quick
Yeah.
about some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But hey, yeah. Because I'm like, I need some music, like just something smooth, just like you know how Kevin stuff used to come in on that his. I
Oh,
played the
dun dun
song.
dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun dun dun
yeah.
dun.
He had his theme song. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, something smooth like that. I want to bring on for my live streams, just to and things like that. It'll be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, somebody say I prefer the original JR. Shout out to Jared, man. I appreciate you, man. I've had that for a while. But anyway, y'all got the information. We got the beautiful Cassie on here, world renowned. You know what I'm saying? This is an intentional woman. We don't want any tomfoolery, any foolishness. So if you're about your business and you want to link up with a beautiful woman, beautiful spirit that she's a Capricorn, say less. So y'all know the vibes. So with that being said, man, before we get out of here, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow Cassie on Instagram and Facebook. If you haven't yet, like I said, if you're watching the restream, I'll link it in the description of this video. And let's not play around in DMs or inboxes. Let's keep it strictly professional. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better
Right.
term. So
Right.
with that being said, I'm gonna ask you for a third time. You got anything else, Cassie, before we get out of here?
Oh, this has been fun. Thank you so much, JR, for having me. This all happened today, y'all. So,
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Happy today. I appreciate you. You act like you're a natural on here. It's not like you're like scared or anything like that.
oh
So,
no, never.
yeah. So
Yeah.
with that being said, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. We already told you where to contact Cassie at and where to follow her at in terms of her YouTube channel and her music and things like that. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram if you haven't. All the links are in the description below. Purchase all my books, merch, things of that. Much gratitude and abundance to you all. Peace be upon you all. The mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night for an episode of Let's Talk About It. I will be with the lovely Avery Woodley tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about a very controversial topic, which you guys will see if you follow me on Instagram and YouTube as well. You'll see it. And yeah, we're gonna be talking some ish tomorrow evening as well. So with that being said, peace be upon you all. I'm gonna see you guys soon. I'm out of here. Peace.